Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling review series for June 13th, 1992. And as always, these are fun, nostalgic shows if you don't mind the fact that it's majority enhancement talent matches almost always. But honestly, I'd rather watch that and see guys get built and then have one show a month where there's people that are going at it, like a pay per view, or even every other week, have 1 week enhancement, 1 week not. I'd much rather have that than the garbage we have now. And so, anyway, um, Tatanka against Barry Horowitz. Horowitz, of course, been all over from Florida to global and every point in between. Major mainstay in the WWF as an enhancement talent. Tatanka going all the way around, hip tosses and the like. They're really pushing the heck out of the Tatanka character. Big drop kick. Actually, Horowitz does get some offensive maneuvers, but a big press slam or attempted one. Tatanka almost loses his adversary there, and it's uncomfortable. Chop to the top of the head to the top rope, and Tatanka again with that top rope maneuver. Tatanka looks to get it done and hits the Samoan drop. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Ultimate Warrior and Papa Shango series of events. The throwing up, the goo, and all of that is highlighted in your update. Nothing that we haven't already covered. They're really pushing the heck out of this angle week by week, and it's kind of one of those things I almost think they're over pushing it a little bit. Shawn Michaels and Greg Brown. Michaels has Sensational Sherry with him. Sherry, of course, someone he connected with in the AWA. Brown, relatively a newcomer to the enhancement talent nature. Big drop kick by Michaels under the chin. Michaels getting ready to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship in the weeks and months to come. Michaels does manage to show some of the brashness that within the next couple of years really becomes a hallmark by 1994. He's a big deal. Anyway, he hits a back suplex on Brown, 1, 2, 3, and that is over. We head to the event center. Highlights for the Repo Man and the Texas Tornado. Tornado basically promises to get back on track as a former champion. Promises to honor Texas. Repo Man still going on about wanting to get even with the British Bulldog and repossess people's stuff. Major vignette here, the first vignette for Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon's coming to the World Wrestling Federation. He basically is walking around on a city street, says he's better than everybody else. He's going to carve people up. He's going to put people down. He's going to put an end to everybody because he is the leader, the boss, and everybody that is coming. These set of vignettes, there's about 5 or 6 of them, are really a big deal. Natural disasters against the Executioners. Executioners, just 2 enhancement talents in masks. I really don't know why they're doing that at this point, unless they were going to take the Executioners around the loop as a enhancement tag team or something. Anyway, natural disasters, earthquake, typhoon in the ring early, big splash in the corner on one of the Executioners. Executioners are completely nondescript and could be played by anybody on any given night. The referee tries to back Typhoon off. Typhoon just basically tosses his opponent like a sack of potatoes across the ring as though there is no consequence to it. Manages to hit a vertical suplex, or snap vertical suplex more accurately, and then goes and hits another big splash in the corner. Earthquake finally comes in, hits a splash over the top of his partner, so that poor enhancement talent doesn't look very good. Anyway, other enhancement talent comes in, double shoulder tackle. One goes out, the other gets power slammed and earthquake splashed for the win, followed by a big splash from Typhoon. 1, 2, 3. Former tag team champions are victorious. The event center goes forward. The Skinner basically says that he is ready to launch into the summer and skin just about anybody alive. Says everybody's trying to challenge him, trying to get at him. Mentions Virgil, mentions Tito Santana. He basically does the same promo in the following couple of weeks. Undertaker says that crossing him is not a good idea. He will get even with anyone who attempts to do so. We go to a enhancement match with the Mountie and Bill Colby. Obviously not a big deal here. Mountie, of course, lots of people forget, but for 3 days he was your Intercontinental Champion. Odd to me that Jacques Rougeau, a.k.a. the Mountie, never won the Tag Team Championships, but did manage to win the Intercontinental Championship for a couple of days. Just a historical fact that strikes me as a little bit weird. Mountie does rough up the enhancement talent quite a bit here. Sends him upside down, ties him to what Kevin Sullivan would later call the Tree of Woe. Mountie willing to use any illegal advantage he can get. Sergeant Slaughter basically says that the Mountie knows nothing about law and order in an inset promo, and the Mountie takes Colby down relatively quickly, unlocks the shock stick, and goes shocking the man. Then we see a Macho Man Randy Savage promo addressing Ric Flair. Savage basically says he had to cheat in order to beat Flair. Says that he admits that he cut some corners. Gene Okerlund admits that he was not surprised by this, but the inference here is Savage is walking that line between heel and babyface, and he's a babyface because Ric Flair's more of a heel, not because he's not afraid to cheat here and there. Savage in all black, wearing the black hat, defending the honor of his wife indirectly. We don't really get into the depth of that storyline fully as we did before WrestleMania 8, but it is here, and there's still business left to be finished. Kamala up next against Dale Wolf. Dale Wolf, otherwise known as Dusty Wolf. We've seen him in World Class. Wolf spends the better part of the last several years as an enhancement talent around the country. Kamala, of course, coming back after being gone for several years. Dr. Harvey Whippleman already having issues with Howard Finkel. Finkel unimpressed with calling Whippleman out. Kamala comes out with a mask and a shield-like spear. Kamala obviously brawls, chokes, chops and the like, hits a big splash, gets a victory, chokes the man over the middle rope, and does just about every illegal tactic you can imagine a African person who is portrayed as a savage to do. Obviously, this gimmick would not hold up today. It's not meant to, but it was remarkable at the time. Tito Santana versus Mike Samples is your next contest. Santana, former Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion. They seem to be pushing him in the interview segments as a guy who is trying to get back on top. I don't know that the nature of the competition he's facing is ready for this. It always strikes me as odd to see Tito with his hair in a ponytail. It's just I didn't remember him having hair that's that long. Had the chance to meet Tito a few times on the independent scene in the early 2000s. Super nice guy, super humble. Still loved the business when I talked to him, and that never changed. Anyway, hip toss, arm drags, and the like, and we kind of go around the goal with it, hit some jabs, and then we see off the ropes El Paso de Muerte, otherwise known as the forearm to the back of the neck, 1, 2, 3. Then they do a very short, 30 to 60 second phone call with the big boss man who says he will be back to combat Nails. Mr. Perfect tries to get under his skin, says that this is the worst attack he's ever suffered. How does he feel? He says he doesn't feel well. And Perfect is incensed at the idea that he would return from such an attack. He hangs up on him and says goodbye. Nails comes out, brawl, kick, punch, and basically a chokeout, carrying a nightstick. Very simple match, simplistic. I don't know what sort of technical ability, if any, Nails had, but he's not allowed to show it here. Papa Shango says he's going to dominate the Warrior. Papa Shango says he is in control of the Warrior and going to be in control of whoever he wants to be in control of. Legion of Doom, yet again, reiterate they are the best tag team in the World Wrestling Federation and always will be. They don't really address any major teams. They kind of half address the Beverly Brothers in the 30-second promo, and we close on this particular episode.